Hello 8th standard children. Today I am going to teach you history. In that first chapter you are going to study sources. History is a systematic study of the past. History is written on the basis of sources. Historians is like an advocate. The advocates present their arguments on the basis of followed evidences and sources related to their case. Similarly, historians collect the sources, subject them to the critical examinations, analysis, and then write the history children. So, we'll study about the sources. What is a source? Source are the things which help us to know about past children. The agricultural tools left by the early people, forts and inscriptions like coins and arms. Temples and other buildings are considered as the sources to write history. The written documents and the literary works are the main source of the history. These sources can be divided into two. First one, literary source and archaeological sources. In literary source also it has been divided into two children. First one, written literature and oral literature. Now next we'll see about the archaeological sources. Archaeological sources have been divided into four. First one is inscriptions, coins, monuments and others. So in the written literature, the first one is the native literature. So we'll study about the native literature children. The literature by Indians in a native language is called as a native literature. Sanskrit, Kannada, Prakrit, Telugu, Tamil Nadu, Hindi, Marathi, Kashmir and in many native languages are the source found. Kautilya wrote Ardhashastra. King Halas wrote Gata Saptasati. Vishaka Datta wrote Mudrakshaka. Kalyana wrote Raja Rangini. Bana Bhatta Harisha Charitra. Chand Bardasi was written by Prithviraj Rose. Pampas like Vikrama Arjuna Vijaya. These are all called as a Sangama literature. And many other such literature works can be named as native literature. These works portrayed then contemporary sources, religions, economic, culture and political life of people. So this all happened about the native literature. Now we will study about the foreign literature children. Literature created by the foreigner is considered as the literature children. And many foreigners who visited the India as the travelers like ambassadors, businessmen, officials and missionaries have been recorded their observations and experiences in their works. So, Meghastani wrote Indica, Fahin, Gogoki, Hyungsang, Siyuki, Ptolemy, Geography, Faristana, Turkey, Firastana, Babris, Tusiki, Babri and others are the important sources. One can get the depictions of the contemporary social like political, economic, culture and administration aspects in a foreign literature. Executions, hyperbole and loyalty to one's master are apparent in the native literature only. Similarly, in foreign literature, due to the lack of local knowledge, many misgivings are recorded. Historians have the challenge of writing history, keeping in the mind all these limitations. So, this happened about the foreign literature. Now, we will study about the oral literature children. Oral literature means here children, the folk story, folk songs, folk legends, ballads and the other pass from one person to another, passing the experiences in the form of the story like songs of the ballads, from one generation to another generation is also called as a orally only. Like ballads of Kumara Ramana, Kempegoda, Tipu Sultan, Sangoli Narayana, Kittur Rani Channamma and others are their children. Legends misses the local mythological stories also are there. Shravana Belgore, Bengaluru, Koppal, Pattadakallu, Gokarna and Mysore. This similarly every village and town have their own legends children. So now we'll study about the archaeological sources. In archaeological sources it has been divided into four types children. First one inscriptions, second one coins, monuments and other runs. So archaeological sources are available not only on the surface of the earth but also the hidden deep in the depth of the earth children. The things are dug out by using the scientific method is called as what? Excavation children. Similarly, Harappan civilization came to be light only due to the process of excavation. Otherwise, we were not knowing only. During excavations, runs of the buildings like inscriptions we have been found, terracotta pieces we have been found, bangles, seals, beads, bones, species, metals and others have been found children. They are all analyzed by applying the various scientific methods to understand the life of the peoples of those times. Now we will study about the inscriptions children. Inscriptions means encarved writing. So first one we will study about the inscription means here. Study of inscription is called as a epigraphic children. Inscriptions means engraved written. They are written on the materials that last longer like stone rocks, metals, terracotta and ironic others. They are more reliable. So we have been found the Ashoka's inscriptions are the earliest inscription found in India. Most of the inscriptions are in Brahmin script only of Ashoka's. Their language in Prakrit. Inscriptions we are found in Kannada, Telugu, Tamil, Sanskrit, practice language, etc. children. So first one I told you about the Ashoka, Samudragupta's Allahabad pillar inscriptions. It provides us many informations about the king's rules, administration and etc. of the Samudraguptas. Many political, social, culture, economic, educational, religion aspects are reflected in this inscription. So first we have been found means Halmedi was the first inscription found in Kannada. So today I have taught you archaeological inscriptions and that was inscriptions. And I have taught you native literature, foreign and oral literature. So with this I have completed up to the inscriptions. Thank you children.